A few minutes later, Milton, with his arms behind his back and a serene smile, came out of the shop and began to walk down the hallway. Chow Chow appeared, clenched her fist and with an angry expression mentioned that no one on the third floor had seen Kobe. Upon hearing her voice, Milton came out of his trance and his attention focused on her, making him somewhat curious. Milton closed his eyes, let out a sigh and with a serene expression, pretended to be somewhat surprised. He admitted that maybe he had heard wrong, adding that listening to other people's conversations was not very polite. Chow Chow began to observe her surroundings carefully and her eyes widened in confusion. She did not know where Lu Sheng was, she remembered that he was talking with Milton. Milton remained silent, opened his eyes and with a smile, explained that Lu Sheng had an urgent matter to attend to, and had left a moment ago. Chow Chow's eyes began to shine with rage. She could not help but feel somewhat furious upon seeing that Lu Sheng had left without saying goodbye to her. She clenched her fist tightly and with an expression full of fury revealed that she knew Milton always did the same. Milton began to observe her in silence, not knowing what to say. With a kind smile, Milton promised her that the next time they saw their friend, he would invite him to eat. She began to ponder and decided to leave. Milton's attention was fixed on her. With a curious expression he asked where she was going. Chow Chow began to walk away from him and said that she was going home. She left the room and started heading towards her house. She was steaming from the head as she was very furious. Milton began to stare at her silently. He began to walk through the room and with a serene gaze gave the order to one of his men to send someone to take Chow Chow home. His subordinate lowered his head before him and nodded. Milton approached the windows of the building, began to gaze toward the ground and sank into his thoughts. Outside the building, his subordinate opened the car door and Chow Chow prepared to get in. Milton's attention was fixed on her. He was certain that sooner or later she would understand him. Everything he had done had been for her own good. While his eyes were shining with seriousness, he asked when Lan Che was going to arrive. While Milton was enjoying the views of the city, his subordinate approached him and replied that Lan Che would land the next day at 3 in the afternoon at dock number 001. With a serene gaze, Milton adjusted his monocle glasses and asked his subordinate to go receive him in advance and also take Chow Chow with him. The subordinate began to look at Milton and mentioned that Chow Chow was not very happy right now. Milton began to ponder silently. Then with a calm expression asked him to simply say it was an order from their father. He knew she could not always be allowed to do whatever she wanted. Milton began to imagine Chow Chow and his eyes started to shine with confidence. He knew that the daughter of the Count of the Starry Space had grown for more than 20 years in a greenhouse and considered that she should have already matured. He was convinced that precisely because she had met so few people, if she encountered such an extraordinary being as Lan Che, she would not be so easily interested in insignificant creatures. Milton clenched his fist tightly and his eyes widened with fury. To him, Liu Sheng was nothing more than a peasant who appeared out of nowhere, relying on his good looks to climb the great tree that was the Zai's family. He considered it a farce to think this was a casual encounter and he found it insulting that Liu Sheng believed everyone was as naive and easy to deceive as Chow Chow. While Milton was lost in thought, his subordinate began watching him silently, not knowing what to do. At that moment, something strange happened and the ground began to shake. Milton and his subordinate couldn't help but feel somewhat confused. He turned around and his eyes filled with fear and confusion, making him start to sweat like crazy. He didn't know what was happening. Then his attention fixed on something and his eyes widened in terror. He couldn't believe what his eyes were seeing. Someone surrounded by a powerful golden martial energy burst through the window of the floor where Milton was and struck hard. Poor Milton had no time to react and took the attack directly. Milton's body was thrown and crashed against the wall. The subordinate turned around, clenched his fist and couldn't help but panic. With a worried gaze he asked if Milton was okay. Milton's body hit the wall, breaking it into pieces. The attack had been so strong that it had burnt part of his clothes. Milton opened his mouth and began to speak blood. He was injured and almost on the verge of death. As the curtain of smoke was disappearing, someone wearing an elegant suit began to walk toward Milton. It was Liu Sheng. Our boy began to stare at him with a gaze full of rage, adjusted his tie and made up a lie. He accused Milton of having mistreated and cruelly killed his beloved porcupine pet. Because of this, he declared that he would avenge his space pet and tear him into 1,000 pieces until death. With his mouth full of blood, Milton raised his head and couldn't help but feel somewhat confused and asked the boy to stop talking nonsense. Just before Milton could finish speaking, Liu Sheng focused and using his power, launched a slash of energy which began advancing quickly toward him. Seeing this, Milton panicked, knowing that this was not good. Just before the slash could hurt Milton, his subordinate got in the way, put his arms in front of his chest to block the attack and called Liu Sheng daring and questioned if he knew who he was facing. Once the energy slash made contact with the subordinate's body, it exploded into pieces. With an expression full of fear, Milton put his hand over his chest where he had the wound. He was unable to believe that Long, an expert at the peak of level 11, had died from a single attack. Long's corpse fell to the ground. With an arrogant gaze, Liu Sheng began to walk toward Milton and mentioned that he had thought Long was strong. He made it clear that anyone who stood in the way of his revenge against Milton would die. Milton couldn't help but feel fear and asked him not to come closer. Our guy grabbed Milton by the neck and seeing this, he started sweating like crazy, knowing this wasn't good. Liu Sheng grabbed Milton by the neck and lifted him up, making him start to writhe in pain. While our boy's body was surrounded by martial energy, he began to gaze toward the ground and told Milton that he should have anticipated this day when he killed his porcupine, asking him if he knew how many years she had accompanied him. With eyes full of tears and sadness, Liu Sheng revealed that she was 150 years old, more than a century of companionship. He demanded to know why he hadn't left her alone, being already an old sow. He concluded his lament questioning his motives and whether with such acts, he could still consider himself an inhabitant of stellar space. The people from the place approached and felt curious to know what was happening. A crowd formed around our boy. Liu Sheng began to stare at Milton and his eyes started to shine with rage. He activated his mental power, causing his energy to begin expanding through the air. The mental power of Liu Sheng began to take effect on the crowd and their attention was fixed on Milton. Everyone started talking among themselves. His humanity was questioned, wondering how he could not even forgive a 150-year-old porcupine. They identified him as Milton, the eldest son of the Zed's family, expressing their disgust for such tastes. They commented that although he dressed like a decent person, he was a beast who deserved to be relegated to a trash planet. While foam was coming out of Milton's mouth, his attention focused on them and his eyes were filled with surprise and confusion. Liu Sheng grabbed Milton tightly by the neck, making him open his mouth and start screaming in agony, and his eyes filled with tears. While Liu Sheng's energy was expanding throughout the place, Milton began to observe him closely. He was being strangled and could not speak. He did not know when the hell he had killed a 150-year-old sow. With eyes full of tears, Liu Sheng asked his little pig to rest in peace and assured her that he would soon kill Milton to avenge her. With an expression full of determination, Liu Sheng focused and began to imbue his power into his fist, ready to attack. He declared that everything was over and sentenced Milton Nicholas to confess his sins amid endless pain and death. Noticing this, Milton couldn't help but clench his teeth and panicked, asking our guy to wait and not kill him, as he had something to say. Liu Sheng made it clear that saying more was going to be useless and prepared to deliver the final blow. Milton's eyes filled with surprise. Liu Sheng strangled him tightly, ready to kill him. But at that moment, Milton revealed that his name was Milton Shees, from the C's family and not Nicholas. Upon hearing this, Liu Sheng let go of Milton. He began gasping heavily and felt relieved. Liu Sheng played dumb and with a confused gaze asked what his name was. Milton, still bleeding from the mouth, revealed that his name was Milton Ziz. Liu Sheng clenched his fist tightly, began to stare at him and with a furious gaze asked him to speak louder. Milton panicked. He put his hand on his chest and with eyes shining with fear, was sincere and repeated desperately that he was Milton Ziz, the son of Count Ziz. Liu Sheng did not believe his words. He began pointing at him with his finger and with a serious expression asked if he was sure he was Milton Ziz, demanding that he show some identification. Milton took out his identification card and handed it to Liu Sheng. Our guy read it carefully, thus confirming Milton's identity. Just as several spaceships were already on their way, Liu Sheng began to touch his head and with a nervous smile, admitted that it was a shame, as he had mistaken him for someone else. He clarified that he would go look for the real Milton Nicholas to take revenge and promised to invite Milton to eat another time. With a kind smile, Liu Sheng apologized. Milton let out a sigh of relief and with an angry gaze, felt as if he had survived a catastrophe now that the misunderstanding had been cleared up. It seemed really absurd to him that someone could confuse him with another Milton and come looking for revenge because of this. Someone who was in the crowd revealed that they had investigated and confirmed that it was him. Milton Ziz, the son of Count Ziz. Upon hearing this, Milton turned toward them and his eyes widened in confusion. The man who was holding the phone put his hand near his mouth and, with an expression full of contempt, mentioned that he found it unimaginable that the son of a count would do such shameful things. He admitted that, although he had heard for some time that some nobles from high society had very peculiar tastes, he had never believed it, but this proved it was true. Everyone's attention focused on Milton and they could not help but feel contempt toward him. People began to murmur among themselves. Milton panicked, approached them and shouted that everyone was wrong. He wasn't that Milton and hadn't done anything wrong. One of them gave Milton a hard slap on the face, demanding that he stop denying things. He shouted at him that he was Milton. He had just admitted it himself and had done so out loud. Milton fell to the ground, put his hand over his cheek and couldn't help sweating like crazy and going into shock. The man wearing glasses began pointing at him with his finger and with a gaze full of rage made it clear that everyone had heard him. He called him an arrogant brat, questioning if he had shouted so loudly out of fear they wouldn't understand him. While Milton's eyes were shining, he started laughing like crazy, swearing that he hadn't done anything. This is the end of the video. If you guys want to see the next part,